Millions dream of owning property in Thailand, but most don't know the one law that changes everything. Thailand is one of the most popular real estate destinations on Earth. Stunning beaches, world-class cities, and prices that make Western markets look absurd. But here is the catch that trips up almost every foreign buyer. You cannot own land. Not a single square meter. That one law shapes everything about how foreigners invest here. And yet, thousands of expats and investors have found legal ways around it. This is the complete guide to buying property in Thailand as a foreigner. The laws, the loopholes, the yields, and the pitfalls nobody warns you about. Every year, roughly 35 million tourists visit Thailand, and a surprising number of them start asking the same question: can I buy property here? It is not hard to see why. A luxury condo in Bangkok costs a fraction of what you would pay in London, New York, or Sydney. In Chiang Mai, you can own a modern apartment for under $60,000. In Phuket, beachfront living that would cost millions in the Mediterranean goes for a few $100,000. The cost of living is low, the healthcare system ranks among the best in Asia, and the country offers some of the most generous long-stay visa programs in the region. Thailand also sits in the middle of Southeast Asia's fastest-growing economic corridor. GDP growth has averaged 3 to 4% annually, and foreign direct investment continues to climb, driven by the Eastern Economic Corridor Initiative and a booming tourism sector worth over $60 billion a year. But before you start browsing condos on Fazwaz or DDProperty, you need to understand the legal framework, because Thailand's property laws are nothing like what you are used to back home. Quick tip: do not believe any agent who tells you buying property in Thailand is just like back home. It is fundamentally different, and that difference will either protect you or cost you everything. Here is the most important fact in this entire video. Under Thailand's Land Code of 1954, foreigners cannot own land. Period. This is not a loophole you can argue around or a rule that is loosely enforced. It is a constitutional-level restriction that applies to every non-Thai citizen. The law divides property rights into several categories. Freehold means full ownership with no time limit, and for foreigners, this is only available for condominium units. Leasehold means you hold a registered lease, typically for 30 years. And then there are structures like usufruct, which grants the right to use and benefit from land during your lifetime, and superficies, which allows you to own buildings on someone else's land. Each of these has different legal protections, different risks, and different implications for your investment. The critical thing to understand is that Thailand's system is not designed to exclude foreigners. It is designed to control how foreign money flows into real estate. Roughly 49% of any condo building can be foreign-owned. Leases are enforceable at the land office, and certain investment structures are explicitly supported by the Board of Investment. The law is strict, but it is navigable if you know the rules. The safest and most straightforward path to property ownership in Thailand is the condominium freehold. Under the Condominium Act of 1979, amended in 2008, foreigners can own a condo unit outright. Your name goes on the title deed at the land office, and you hold it with the same rights as a Thai citizen. There is one catch. Foreign ownership in any single building is capped at 49% of the total sellable area. The remaining 51% must be Thai-owned. In popular buildings in central Bangkok, Phuket, and Pattaya, this quota fills up fast. Once it is full, no more foreign freehold units can be sold, regardless of price. To qualify, you must transfer the full purchase price in foreign currency from an overseas bank account into a Thai bank account. The bank issues a foreign exchange transaction form, known as a Thor Tor 3, and without that document, the land office will not register the transfer in your name. The average price for a freehold condo in central Bangkok ranges from 100,000 to 250,000 baht per square meter, roughly $2,800 to $7,000. In Phuket, expect 80,000 to 200,000 baht. In Pattaya, entry-level condos start around 50,000 baht per square meter, approximately $1,400. For most foreign investors, condo freehold is the default strategy. It is legally bulletproof, fully transferable, and comes with clear exit options. Quick tip: always check the foreign quota before signing anything. Ask the building's juristic office for the current foreign ownership percentage. If it is above 45%, you are cutting it close. If you want a house, a villa, or land in Thailand, you are looking at leasehold or something more creative. A registered leasehold gives you exclusive use of the property for up to 30 years. It is recorded at the land office and is legally enforceable. Most developers offer a 30-year lease with options to renew for 2 additional 30-year terms, giving you up to 90 years on paper. But here is the critical detail. Only the initial 30-year term is legally enforceable. The renewal options are contractual promises between you and the landowner. If the landowner dies, sells the land, or simply refuses to renew, Thai courts have consistently ruled that renewal clauses are not automatically binding on successors. This is the single biggest risk in Thai property for foreigners. Then there is the Thai company structure. For years, foreigners set up Thai limited companies with 51% Thai shareholders, often nominees, to hold land. This worked until 2006, when the Department of Business Development launched a crackdown on nominee arrangements. Today, if authorities determine that a Thai company was created solely to circumvent foreign land ownership restrictions, the company can be dissolved and the land confiscated. It still happens. There are lawyers who will set it up for you. But the legal risk is real and growing. A usufruct registered at the land office grants you the right to live on and profit from the land for your lifetime. It survives a change of land ownership. For many long-term expats, a combination of leasehold plus usufruct on the land, with freehold ownership of the structure, offers the strongest protection outside of condo ownership. Bangkok is the largest and most liquid property market in Thailand, and the natural starting point for most foreign investors. The city is home to over 10 million people, with a GDP per capita nearly 3 times the national average. The BTS Skytran and MRT subway network have created clear corridors of value. Properties within 500 meters of a station command a 20 to 30% premium over comparable units further away. The prime investment zones are Sukhumvit, Siloam, and Sathorn, Bangkok's financial and expat districts. A one-bedroom condo in these areas runs $120,000 to $250,000, with rental yields of 4 to 6% gross. Long-term tenants are typically corporate expats, embassy staff, and international school families. The emerging areas to watch are On Nut, Bang Na, and Rama 9, neighborhoods where the BTS and MRT have recently expanded. Prices here are 40 to 60% lower than central Sukhumvit, but rental demand is growing fast, driven by young Thai professionals and remote workers. Bangkok's oversupply risk is real. The city has seen massive condo launches in recent years, but well-located units near transit, in buildings with strong management, continue to perform. The key is location discipline. A cheap condo in the wrong neighborhood is not a bargain. It is a trap. Quick tip: if you are buying in Bangkok, walk the route from the condo to the nearest BTS or MRT station yourself. If it takes more than 8 minutes, your rental pool shrinks dramatically. Phuket is Thailand's premier resort island and one of the highest-yielding property markets in Southeast Asia. The island welcomed over 10 million visitors in 2024, and the tourism infrastructure continues to expand with a second airport terminal under construction. The investment thesis here is simple: tourist demand drives rental income. A well-located villa or condo near Bang Tao, Surin, or Kata Beach can generate 6 to 10% gross yields through short-term platforms like Airbnb and Booking.com. Peak season runs November through April, when occupancy rates in prime areas exceed 80%. Most villa purchases in Phuket are structured as 30-year leaseholds with renewal options. Prices range from $150,000 for a modest pool villa to over $1 million for beachfront luxury. Condos are available freehold and typically start around $100,000 for a one-bedroom unit in a managed resort complex. The catch? Phuket's market is cyclical. It boomed before the 2008 financial crisis, crashed, recovered, then got hammered by the pandemic. If you are buying at the top of a tourism cycle, you may wait years to break even. And management is everything. A self-managed villa with no marketing will sit empty, while the resort-managed unit next door runs at 75% occupancy. The smart money in Phuket buys into professionally managed developments and treats it as a yield play, not a capital appreciation bet. Pattaya offers the lowest entry point of any major Thai property market. Located just 90 minutes from Bangkok and 30 minutes from Utapao International Airport, it has transformed from a budget beach town into a legitimate investment zone, driven partly by the Eastern Economic Corridor, a $45 billion government initiative to develop Thailand's eastern seaboard. A one-bedroom condo in Jomtien or Pratamnak Hill starts around $45,000 to $70,000, with rental yields of 5 to 8% gross. The tenant base is a mix of Russian and Chinese tourists, long-stay retirees, and a growing number of digital nomads. Pattaya's risk is oversupply. The city has more condo units per capita than almost any market in Asia. Quality matters enormously here. Name-brand developers with established management companies outperform smaller projects by a wide margin. Further north, Chiang Mai is Thailand's cultural capital and the undisputed hub of Southeast Asia's digital nomad scene. Property prices are the lowest of any major Thai city. A modern condo starts under $50,000. Rental yields run 4 to 5%, but the real upside is long-term appreciation as the city's international profile continues to grow. The new high-speed rail link connecting Chiang Mai to Bangkok, expected to complete by 2028, could be a game-changer for property values. And then there is Hua Hin, a quieter alternative favored by retirees, just 3 hours south of Bangkok. Yields are modest at 3 to 5%, but the market is stable and far less volatile than Phuket or Pattaya. Let us talk numbers. Thailand's rental yields consistently outperform most Western markets. According to Global Property Guide, average gross rental yields in Bangkok sit between 4.5 and 5.5%, compared to 2 to 3% in London, 3 to 4% in Sydney, and 4 to 5% in most US cities. But gross yield is only part of the equation. After you deduct management fees, typically 10 to 25% for short-term rentals, maintenance costs, common area fees, and annual taxes, your net yield drops by 1.5 to 2.5 percentage points. A 6% gross property in Phuket might net you 3.5 to 4.5% after all expenses. Thailand does not have a property tax in the traditional Western sense. The land and building tax, introduced in 2020, charges 0.02 to 0.3% of assessed value for residential properties, with the first 50 million baht of a primary residence fully exempt. Transfer fees run 2% of the appraised value, split between buyer and seller by convention. Capital gains are taxed as income under Thailand's progressive rate structure, 5 to 35% depending on the amount and holding period. The specific business tax of 3.3% applies if you sell within 5 years of purchase. This is important for your exit strategy. Holding for at least 5 years significantly reduces your tax burden. For foreign investors focused on yield, the sweet spot is typically a freehold condo in a managed building near a transit line in Bangkok, or a managed condo in a resort complex in Phuket. These structures minimize management headaches and maximize occupancy. Quick tip: always calculate your returns in your home currency, not just baht. The Thai baht has fluctuated 15 to 20% against the dollar over the past decade. Currency risk can eat your entire yield if you are not hedging. This is where most foreign buyers get burned. Pitfall number 1, the off-plan trap. Thailand's market is flooded with off-plan developments that promise luxury for a fraction of completed prices. Some are legitimate. Major developers like Sansiri, Ananda, and Origin deliver consistently. But smaller developers have a track record of delays, downgrades, and outright project cancellations. If a developer goes bankrupt before completion, recovering your deposit is nearly impossible under Thai law. Pitfall number 2, the nominee company illusion. Some lawyers will tell you a Thai company structure is perfectly safe. What they will not tell you is that the Department of Business Development actively investigates nominee arrangements. In 2023, the government publicly stated it would increase enforcement. If your company is found to exist solely to hold property for a foreigner, it faces dissolution, and you lose the property. Pitfall number 3, the resale trap. Thailand's secondary market for foreign-owned condos is thin. Demand exists for new units from developers with marketing budgets, but reselling a 10-year-old condo as a foreigner often means accepting a 15 to 30% discount from your purchase price. Depreciation on buildings is real, and the market heavily favors new inventory. Pitfall number 4, sinking fund depletion. Every condo building in Thailand has a sinking fund for major repairs. In poorly managed buildings, this fund gets depleted without replenishment, leading to special assessments or deferred maintenance that tanks property values. And pitfall number 5, overestimating Airbnb income. Short-term rental regulations in Thailand remain in a legal gray area. The Hotel Act technically requires a license for stays under 30 days. Enforcement varies by building and by area, but several high-profile condo developments have banned short-term rentals entirely. Due diligence in Thailand is not optional, it is survival. Step 1. Hire an independent Thai property lawyer, not the developer's lawyer, not your real estate agent's recommendation. An independent lawyer who will conduct a title search at the land office and verify the chain of ownership. Title fraud is rare but not unheard of, and a clean title deed, known as a chonot, is the only document that confirms full ownership rights. Step 2. Verify the foreign ownership quota. Your lawyer should obtain the building's ROR 4 form, which shows the current ratio of foreign to Thai ownership. If the building is at or near 49%, do not proceed until you have written confirmation that the quota has space. Step 3. Inspect the building's financial health. Request the annual financial statement, the sinking fund balance, and the common area fee collection rate. A building with less than 80% fee collection is a red flag. It means the juristic office cannot maintain the property. Step 4. Check the developer's track record. Search for the developer on the Securities and Exchange Commission database if they are publicly listed. For private developers, request their project portfolio and visit completed buildings to assess quality. Step 5. Understand your exit. Before you buy, map out how you will sell. Who is your target buyer? What is the average resale timeline in this building? What discount should you expect? If you cannot answer these questions, you are not investing, you are gambling. So here's the bottom line. Thailand is a legitimate and attractive property market for foreign investors, but only if you play by the rules. The ideal strategy for most foreigners is straightforward. Buy a freehold condominium in a well-managed building, in a prime location near public transit or tourist infrastructure, from a reputable developer with a proven track record. Bangkok offers the best liquidity and the most predictable returns. Phuket offers the highest yields but requires active management. Pattaya offers the lowest entry point but demands careful project selection. And Chiang Mai offers the strongest long-term appreciation potential at the lowest price point. Avoid nominee company structures. The legal risk is not worth the upside. Avoid off-plan from unproven developers. And avoid the temptation to buy a beautiful villa on land you cannot legally own. If you want a house or villa, structure it as a registered leasehold with a usufruct, drafted by an experienced property lawyer, and accept the 30-year limitation as a feature, not a bug. It is how the system works. Thailand rewards patient, informed investors. It punishes tourists who treat property purchases like souvenirs. Know the law, do the diligence, and this market can deliver returns that most Western markets simply cannot match. Quick tip, start small. Buy one condo, learn the market, understand the management, deal with the paperwork. Then scale. The foreigners who lose money in Thailand are almost always the ones who went big on their first deal. If you found this guide useful, hit subscribe and the notification bell. We publish new property investment deep dives every week. Drop a comment below. Would you invest in Thailand, and which area interests you most? Bangkok, Phuket, Pattaya, or Chiang Mai? Let us know.